So we're going to talk about opportunities today. The focus of my activation to you now after the meditation is to take where you're at to the next level. I want to give you a framework, a way of working with your opportunities, recognizing and manifesting your opportunities, because a lot of what I'm teaching is about manifesting opportunities, especially with my teachings on prosperity. So, Al Pacino's in the house. Good to see you. Crystal's here. The Finney family. Miss Voice from Florida. Coco, good to see you. Always good to see you. Thank you for joining right away. If anybody did the meditation, just I want to see it in the chat. My goal with this, Osman, my brother, good to see you. 1,000,000,000 questions, love it. My goal with this is to engage with you right after the meditation. This is not something that we've really done, but when we do a meditation, I want to take it to the next level afterwards and see how you can apply what we just went through with this meditation. I want to directly interact with you and you can ask questions. As I was saying, for people that are just joining before, is what often what we're trying to do in manifesting wealth and prosperity and shifting your mindset into a prosperity state is you're manifesting opportunities. Opportunities are the key word. There are opportunities around you. A lot of people that I talk to expect the money just to magically appear, like they're going to open a drawer up and the money's going to be there, or they're going to magically win the lottery and the money's going to be there. The universe gives you opportunities for your success, opportunities for your wealth. Hey, Andy, Gay, it's always good to see you. Thank you for joining. Jessica's in the house. All right, I think people are just coming off the meditation and coming on. Hello, Listra. Tamaga Beast, good to see you, my brother. Oh, good. You tried to manifest my money in 24 hours. For people watching this live after the fact, I'm just reading through the chat. People love to interact on the chat. That's how we answer the questions. Hey, Kyle, it's good to see you. Kyle from the Heart Coherence Collaborative is going to be joining me in Los Angeles on November 21st through the 23rd. We have an amazing event. We're getting close to selling out, but there's still tickets available. I'm so excited about the response to this, and I have the most amazing things planned for this event. Coming up, we're going to activate your pineal gland. You're going to connect to your higher self, and you're going to integrate with your future self in your future timeline, all in the first day. And then I'm going to take everyone through a process of taking this revelation, expanding it to its ultimate, so that when people are walking away, their entire world will have shifted forever. And I know it sounds insane, but it's true. I have put together a format that I can only do live. We're using fractals and music and my meditations so that we will be immersively meditating for many hours on 3 days. I'm going to take you to vistas I could not take you to through the YouTube channel. These are places I will activate DMT. We will use breathing techniques, qigong exercises. So if anybody wants to go to that event, in the description, you can find the link, which is www.brianscottlive.com/event-November. And so what we're talking about today is opportunities. And I want to continue this on another level. So anybody that's watching this video after the meditation that they've done, this is intended to be an additional teaching for you, so that you can walk away and really think about opportunities. This is an activation. When you walk away from this live session that we're doing now, you're going to walk away with a full integration of what just happened with that meditation. And so what I was saying before for people just joining is the secret to manifesting is your opportunities. You're given multiple opportunities. I know that you just finished. You're feeling the shift, the expanded awareness right now, maybe jumping out at you. But there's this thing, this why I had to jump on the live immediately. Recognition without action is just entertainment. Do you know what drives me crazy is that I see brilliant, talented people walking past life-changing opportunities every single day because nobody ever taught them how to actually see what's right in front of them. And that ends today. That ends right now. Let me blow your mind for just a second. You encounter at least 5 legitimate opportunities every day. You will have maybe already encountered them or will, scrolling through your phone, talking to friends, talking to family members every day. You're receiving 5 opportunities, not maybe opportunities, not potential opportunities, actual actionable possibilities that could have improved your financial situation, advanced your career, or opened completely new doors for you. But you miss them or will miss them. We all miss them all the time. It's not our fault because nobody teaches how to recognize opportunities. They teach us to work hard, to be positive, to network more, but nobody teaches how to recognize the gold mine of opportunities that are broadcasting themselves to us every single day. Here's what I mean. Someone complains about something. That's an opportunity announcement. Someone mentions a frustration. That's a problem looking for a solution. Someone says, I wish there was a way to. That's them handing you a business idea on a silver platter. And most people hear these things as conversation and they nod and they say, yeah, that sucks. And they move on. Meanwhile, the opportunity recognizes the one who seems to have all the luck. They're mentally taking notes, asking follow-up questions, and thinking, how can I solve this? I'll give you an example. I was at a coffee shop. I overheard a mom on the phone losing her mind trying to coordinate carpools for her soccer team. She was stressed. Other parents were confused. Coaches were frustrated. Most people would think, glad that's not my problem. But I'm listening to this thinking, there's 20 families dealing with the same chaos. They'd probably pay for a simple solution. That's observation led to, that's what somebody that's sitting there listening to opportunities, then you start thinking, how can I be a part of that solution? And you can profit from it. This is happening around you constantly. The question, are you tuned in to see it? So how many of you actually see these complaints, opportunities, and problems around you? How do you not see those as opportunities? The first thing you need to understand is that opportunities almost never look like opportunities at first. They're disguised. They show up as a problem, complaints, inefficiencies, gaps, frustrations. Your job is to become a detective who can see through these disguises. Every time someone complains, I want you to recognize the problem. Your opportunity radar should light up. Not just any complaint. You're looking for problems that could affect multiple people, cost them time or money, and aren't being solved by other existing options. And then when you hear of a problem, you dig deeper. How often does this happen? How much time does it cost you? What have you tried? Who else deals with this? And then what you have to do is how can you help? You think to yourself, do I have skills, connections, knowledge, access, perspective? Do I know somebody that could create an app? Do I know somebody that could start an organization? Do I know somebody that volunteers? Don't think linearly. Sometimes the biggest asset is knowing someone who can solve the problem. You know someone that can solve the problem. You become the connector, and the connectors get paid very well. This is huge. Are you ready to actually do something about the problems around you? If you are, if complaining is all that you do or that others do, timing is everything. Someone is actively looking for a solution right now, and someone's going to profit because that's an opportunity. When you're watching TV, the problems in the world, that is an opportunity. Every problem connects to other problems. Each person with a challenge knows other people with similar challenges. One opportunity is never just one opportunity. It's the beginning of a network of possibilities. Opportunities are our way to be of service to others because we can see that we can change the world. Another example is I was talking to a business owner who mentioned how hard it is to find good freelance graphic designers. Instead of just nodding and asking a question, I contacted my friend who was a graphic designer. He got in contact with the network, and that person is working with them. And then as a part of it, my friend sent me a bonus because I'd hooked him up to an amazing graphic artist. So that's what you need to start thinking of. Most people completely drop the ball. They recognize the opportunity, they see it, they understand it. This opportunity could be in crypto, it could be in finances, it could be in art, it could be in any small thing. The opportunities that people saw during the gold rush, what I find fascinating is during the gold rush, all these people came to California mining for gold, but people saw, oh, the way to make money in this is to sell the shovels and the picks and the pickaxes. So that was somebody that recognized, oh, there's a problem. There's no shovels when they're showing up. So I'm going to buy some shovels and sell them at a profit. And the people that made money during the gold rush were the people that were selling the shovels. So, walk up to people that have problems, offer to solve it, see what's going on. Think in your mind. Your mind is amazing and it can find solutions. Those solutions can lead to profitable solutions for you. So there's a lot of different ways that you can start to see problems. You look around you. I talk about this in my book. There's a story where somebody was walking, they did a test on people who are lucky. And so they did a story where they put like $100 bill down on the street. And so the unlucky person would walk by the $100 bill because they were not looking for the opportunity. The opportunity is that $100 bill that's right there, right? They would just walk by, but the lucky person would see the $100 opportunity because they're looking for opportunities. Now, what I would say is that as you start to see opportunities or think of opportunities that come to you, because in your consciousness, especially after doing a meditation like we just did, you're going to be given access to insights from your inner self, from access to new timelines and energies. So what I do is I start writing down you can hear, I'll give you a glimpse of my notes. You might be able to put this on slow and really get a lot from it. But this is me writing down and taking notes of my opportunities so that people can, so that I can take advantage of them later for episode opportunities or ways to help people. You're writing down your opportunities as well. I just have notebooks filled around my house just with me writing down every possible thing that I can get for an opportunity. And I want you to start doing that as well. I want you to start writing down your opportunities. Once you start finding an opportunity, you create momentum. You start documenting your success. You start looking into it. You start thinking about it. Within the next 72 hours, you may be given 15 new opportunities in thoughts that you think. You might hear it in a song. You might see it from a friend. You might see it as you're walking. All of those things are possible. And I want you to access those opportunities. They are available to you. Anybody can access them. But you have the ability now that we've activated through your meditation. You are magnetic to opportunities. So now over the next 72 hours, I want you to start looking around you and looking for those opportunities that will magically come to pass. They will come to pass for you. So I would love to answer questions, and I can answer questions about anything you guys want. But in particular, I really would love to help you recognize if something's an opportunity or not. I want to train you on the ways to do that. When you find an opportunity, something that feels right to you, especially if you've done my other meditations, I want you to ask your inner self, is this an opportunity? Give yourself a moment to really think about it. If it feels like an opportunity, what's the next thing that I can do? A lot of times you can start researching on the internet, start looking into something in particular. If it's something that you want to do, that could be an opportunity. You find yourself desiring something. It might be a new TV show. It might be a new song. It might be something to create. And if you can't find it, that's an opportunity because you can create that very thing. Opportunities sometimes come from what we don't see, what we crave for ourselves. Because we are all one, we find access to that opportunity that comes from within. Because when we see, oh, I'd really love to hear a song about this, or to watch a movie about this, or to read a book about this, but there is no book out there. That's your inner self saying, here's an opportunity for you to explore this so that you can make this available for other people. And that is always there. The world is magical for possibilities. And possibilities and particularly opportunities. What I'm trying to say to you as you walk away, I want you to be looking for them. I want you to turn that part of your brain on that says there are opportunities that are coming all around me and I have access to them. I am open to all opportunities. Write that down in the comments and chat. Confirm it. right now to the universe. I will see you. I am open to all opportunities. Opportunities can lead to wealth. Do you understand the opportunities that we've all denied? I remember when um, I was working at a mortgage company at the beginning of Bitcoin. My friend who's really into that came to me and said, "There's this new thing. This it's cryptocurrency, and you can purchase Bitcoin. It's $1 for a Bitcoin." I remember this is the very beginning. And said, you could just buy 100. You never know. It's something that I did not understand it. It was an opportunity that was given to me. I was so focused on what was going on at my work. And I had that limited way of thinking that I said, no, that's okay. I could simply, I could have bought 1,000 Bitcoin for $1 each, but I didn't. I denied that opportunity. I had somebody that came along. There's this thing, Google. It's an IPO that's available. You can invest in Google. It's the shares are going to be good. And I'm sure that there will be a lot of other opportunities, and maybe I'll get around to that as I focus on what's going on in my normal day, as I get sucked into my normal habit patterns and routines. There's opportunities coming to you all the time. When Jeff Bezos was looking at, geez, I want to get books, but I don't have to go to the bookstore. So I'm going to solve this problem by allowing to ship books to people when they order books online. Then they don't have to find the book at the bookstore. Prior to places like Amazon, people could not just order books, or there was a bookstore and you can maybe order from them, but it was limited. It was hard. When you would discover books when you go to use bookstores, or you go to the library to find books. And so Jeff Bezos solved this problem. And then he realized there were other problems. There were other things that people couldn't deliver to their house. And now he's the richest, or one of the richest people in the world. There is some opportunity that you're aware of that other people are not formerly aware of. And they become available to you. So if you're walking around and, geez, I have this terrible problem. I hate this. I hate it. So frustrating. I'm so frustrated by this thing. One person is going to say, that's me manifesting billions, and another is going to just continue complaining. What frequency are you in? We have now locked you into the frequency that opens you up to opportunities for wealth that are coming to you. I want you to recognize this. I see you, billionaire Majorki. I see you, careers advisor. You are open to opportunity. I see you, mindful being. You are open to opportunities. Natalie, I see that you're open to opportunities. I see you, Deanne Squires. You're open. And Joni and Coco. Yes. I love it. Intuitive. And yes, Gay is open for opportunities. Jessica Day is open for opportunities. Kyle and Brenda and the great minds alike. Miss Voice, all of you, thank you for confirming. And everyone else that I didn't mention, thank you. I see you and you did it. We are open to it. This community is also a treasure trove of opportunities. If we network, interact, mingle, talk to each other, this is a safe place for us to do this. We can work together and say, I would love to offer what I offer. Everybody has had their own unique life experience, and your own unique life experience is your opportunity, because you've experienced something in such a unique way, and you have such a unique skill. It might come from your traumas. It might come from the problems that you've had. It could come from those things or more, your imagination, which is wonderful. If you're open to those opportunities, then right now we together can support each other in those opportunities. We can interact, we can network, we can be a part of something. So coming soon, I don't have I don't know if it'll be on school. I'm going to have a school group available so that we can network. I'm going to make episodes available that no one else can get. You can't get access to on YouTube. It'll be on school under Reality Revolution, and we're going to be announcing that very soon. You'll have access to my live events as well. And so I want to create a place where we are actively going and meeting together. I'm going to meet every week so that we can join in Zoom sessions and confer and talk to each other. I'm going to do my part, and I want you to do your part. I want us to work together. If we work together, we are more than just, if two people are working together from the Reality Revolution, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6. We together cannot be stopped. We can change the world to a loving place where we find solutions together, no matter what we believe, no matter what's going on in the outside world. That's how we change things. When we watch what's happening on TV or whatever, and we get frustrated, then we are the solution. We're the solution with what we can offer to help others to solve problems, because we're looking for opportunities that are also helping our families out or helping us out. Together, we can do this. Let's see. I'm going to answer some questions here. If anybody has a question starting now, I'll scroll up and see if any. So to start with, Sultan asks, "Hi Brian, I have a deep, meaningful question. Is when an opportunity arises to know if it is congruent with my purpose and manifestation, or if it's a distraction to be let go of. Thank you and love." Okay, thank you for asking that question, Sultan. And let's encounter that. Sometimes you see scams come along. Sometimes you have things that clearly look like they're opportunities, but they're not. And so, what we're trying to do is intuitively understand what things are actual profitable opportunities for us. The answer that you can have lies within you. If you become congruent with your heart and just take a moment and evaluate that opportunity. If you have a feeling that comes up that's positive and loving, trust that feeling. This is not something that you need to think about for a very long time. And then you'll get feedback. If it turns out to be a possibility, then you'll know you can trust that feeling. Each time you encounter these feelings, give yourself a microsecond to sit back and evaluate it. And the more you tune in to your frequency, to your knowledge of the timeline, to your future self, which is part of what I'm teaching, then your future self within you, once you activate that part of you, which I've done in several meditations, particularly my deep sleep meditation, what has worked for me is I have a quantumly entangled connection with my future self. My future self is saying, this is a real possibility. I've been through it. You should follow that. This is an opportunity that you can grasp onto. That's the way I want you to seize your opportunities. Once you've started to tune into your greatest timeline, that timeline starts to call back to you through time and gives you signals that you can feel in your heart, if any of your upper chakras can warn you. You can feel it in your throat, you can feel it in your third eye. These are in a wave state that have access to multiple possibilities, and some possibilities carry a resonance of energy through time back to you. So when you just take that moment and sense into how you feel, the more that you do that, the better that you'll become in testing and learning about these opportunities that come to you. Tommy says, you offer products, not meditations. I offer meditations. I have 356 meditations. I've offered those for free. You can find them on my podcast. You can find them on YouTube. These are not products. These are gifts that I'm giving you. And I've tried to doing everything in my power to make my meditations available for everyone. So if anybody thinks I'm trying to just sell you a product, I'm not. I have earned my authentic voice over 7 years of not creating my meditations as products. And I call to anyone. I have done what I can to offer myself so that you can trust me. I've not offered my meditations as products. So I don't know what you mean by that. Let's see here. All right. David asks, motivated me when I first started? You know what? I was motivated by a lot of different people, and watching them as I came into this process. I was motivated by Frederick Dotson, Cynthia Sue Larson, Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks. I was motivated by incredible fiction writers and sports heroes and people in business. I was motivated by Jeff Bezos. I was motivated by everyone that you can imagine. I would take on their models because, as I learned when I was younger, in neuro-linguistic programming, you can model people, particularly at reading their biography and following them and getting to know them. If you meet them, you can model people, and you can learn from their successes. And so I became addicted to going around and meeting very successful people and taking on their models. So I was inspired by hundreds, if not thousands. I am multitudes. All right. What other questions do we have today? Miss Voice says, Brian, I have a question. Is it actually possible to influence casino winnings, like drawing better cards in games such as poker? How can I open the opportunity for winning money? So, Miss Voice, this is a good question. And anytime that you're experimenting with consciousness and its effects on the outside reality, you're a scientist experimenting. So the first thing is you want to find other people that are gambling and that feel like they're having some influence on the results by the way they're thinking. And I've seen some people that are just magically lucky, and it seems like they're getting the best cards. It seems like they're rolling the dice. They'll play roulette, and they're always successful. Why is that? There is a particular frequency, and that frequency has a specific state that you can enter into, and in those states it feels like everything is working out for you. That's when I have personally seen it, but it's always you're getting knowledge as you go along in observing the results of the situation. So I have seen people that have been incredibly successful at casino winnings, but here's what I found: those guys are, or girls, or whoever, the ones that I've met, they are just having fun. Those people, when they're in this, it's like they're like children. They're just having so much fun, and everything seems to come to them. The ones that sort of make it a job, like, I have to have this casino winning. This is desperate. This is my living. People that want to do this, and like they're depending on it, they're never going to be successful. Once they put importance on it, it seems to reduce the possibilities of it. So they all have this sort of playful mindset. They're having fun with it. They're in a certain vibration where those things happen. Those are the case studies that I've seen in my own situation, but I've never been able to. I guess I haven't been really in to go to. I've gone very, very few times, less than a handful of times, and it was always just to visit. It wasn't really to participate. So I can't say from a first person perspective that I've seen it, but I've seen it from other people. All right, what other questions? What might we have today? Um, Lead by example. Thank you so much for your kind words. I love to be people's muses. That's what I am. I am a truly a muse, a muse for artists, a muse. That would be my ultimate purpose. If you looked at the outline of my life, it's to be a muse. That I've thought about putting on, and to opening up a retreat center where I can just muse artists and creatives, because that's one place I've found with musicians and writers, because it's so much fun. Anyway, just got caught up on that word there. Um, did I look into Sufism or Hindu mystics such as Sri Raman Krishna or similar? Alex asks. Yes, I've already done that, and I'm still always interested in it. I'm super interested in all that stuff. Let's see. Sherry says, wondering if I would ever consider doing a bro bono, because I believe that if I had real life personal help from someone who knows how to push me. Um, Pro bono is what you're saying? Um, I'm trying to make some of my coaching at least more affordable. So I will have my school group, and I'll be able to do group coaching sessions. But what I have found, when you attempt to do coaching and get coaching from other people, is that when you pay for it, that it's more successful. It's when you put an investment into it, you tend to participate in the coaching experience much differently than if it's a pro bono situation. And that's part of the experience. Even when I've gone to get coaching, I have found it to be more effective, that I have some skin in the game when I do it. Let me see here. Jem White says, people just hate me. Everything that you say is true, whatever words that you put out there. I say that we all love you. That's what I say. Lead by example. You want a retreat center? Let's go. I would love to start and run a retreat center. If anyone out there wants to help me or facilitate me to do that, let me know. Contact me. If you have access to a retreat center, if you have access to a property or location that you would like me to run retreats in, then let me know. I put it a call out there. Somebody's going to see this video at some point in time. And so I would love to do that in a number of different ways. Prathana, thank you so much. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of. Prathana says, lovely to see me on live for the first time. I haven't done a lot of lives for the last several weeks. I've made it my intention to go live on Saturdays so that I could talk to you guys and to get to know you guys and answer your questions dynamically. It also is going to help me out to give you better episodes for the rest of the week. Let me see here. Blessings are swirling in every aspect of our consciousness. Quantum dynamic. I love that. Nicole D, question. What are your thoughts about astrology? All right, I better be careful. But if you want to really know what I think about astrology, then I would recommend listening to the episode that I had, I think it was my first year, about 6 years ago, called it's about the mirror makers, which is discussed in reality transurfing. And so I think that there is truth to astrology to begin with. I'm not denying whether or not it's true, but I am the operant power. And so, in order for me to create my reality, I cannot be told that my reality is already foreordained or influenced by any outside event. The only way that I can truly create my reality is to believe that I am the operant power, that no other outside celestial object or energy can affect me. And so I think that you can reach a state of creation in order that if you where you're always being influenced by these outside energies and celestial events because of your birth. I believe that you can reach a level, a mastery of reality creation where you transcend that. I believe that's my own purpose. That I'm aware of the way the universe creates me and influences me in what I do by my birth, by any number of systems, and I'm choosing to move beyond that. The really powerful part of the Mirror Makers episode that I found is you imagine you talk to an astrologer and they say, "Oh, you're going to die young," and you don't know if it's true or not. But then for the rest of your life, in the back of your head, even for 1%, there's this little thing. Oh, I heard an astrologer say I'm going to die young. So what happens with a lot of astrology is it creates the reality. So you hear the for astrology suggestion, forecast, whatever that is. And this also moves into human design and other stuff where they try to define you. This is who you are by your birth, right? I'm a Leo or whatever. All of those things, they may be true. The bottom line is I'm taking you to your God power, and God is not influenced by that. Mercury in retrograde has nothing to do with me. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. I am much more powerful than that. I am teaching everybody that you are God. You are the creator. You created the universe, and you are not influenced by outside events. I've thought about doing an episode, but I know that there's a lot of really amazing people in this group that are also astrologers, and I'm not discounting what you do. And some of you are really good at what you do. So please don't take this as a criticism. It's just a personal belief. All right. What other questions might we have? Kay asks an amazing question. You said, can I comment on the spiritual side of cleaning, organizing, decluttering physical space? Yes, absolutely. I think if anybody out there is struggling right now and they're in a place where they feel like they're in a bad loop, they're getting pulled into a negative spiral. If things don't seem to be working out, the frequency is not working for them. The best thing you can do is just clean everything. Just choose to sit down, clean everything. The process of cleaning it is a way of resetting your timeline. So if you had a bad day the day before, I think one of the best things you can do is go and clean your environment. Another thing is you can change your environment, change the way it looks. If you want to change it, then change your reality, then change your environment. And so cleansing and doing those things, your environment is all of your thoughts carried into your situation. And so if you don't like the pattern or momentum where your reality is taking you, then you can use that pattern. You can use the changing or cleaning your situation in order to change your life. And I totally recommend looking into that. Coco, that's amazing. You got certified in human design. Human design has some amazing teachers, and and people have really been transformed by those teachings. And I do think it's amazing. I just personally don't want to know or be defined by anything other than that I have the power for everything. Quantum dynamic 8, how to connect to clients from our highest potential. If you did today's meditation, opportunity magnetism, then you are now in the place where you will have magnified opportunities. You need to start looking for them. If you don't know what that is, I would write down and put it up on your desk, and I would write down what that opportunity looks like. Write it down in words. Define it. Like I said, go through your journal and start writing about it. Start writing about what that is. And then I want you to define what that client is, what they look like, how they are. It doesn't have to be necessarily what they look like, but it can be their income level, the way they talk with you, that sort of client. Put it up there and make them tangible so that you can imagine them. A lot of times when we have the best client, we don't have a way of properly imagining them. So create them as a persona, a way, a frequency, and you'll start to attract those kind of people. It's really amazing when that happens. Let me see what other questions we might have. Mrs. Really says, Brian, if we're creating our own realities, then how do we have shared group experiences? Are others choosing to create their realities with us? This is a great question. Thank you so much, Mrs. Really. We are all creating our own realities. We all have these little reality bubbles, but we become more effective and more powerful reality creators because we have co-created realities in small groups like we are now, in larger groups, and there's different levels of it. There's a unique frequency that all of us are moving along, but within that, there are different quadrants and waves and possibilities of realities. So when we do come together, what I have found is the shifts are more magnificent. The power to create is more magnificent because once our higher selves are together, we start accessing these infinite possibilities around us. It's like we become magnified, like a server to a computer. And what I'm saying is when we co-create realities, which we've already done, they're much more magnificent, much more powerful, and in many cases they can be bad when pendulums start to take effect. If you go and watch my episodes on pendulums, energetic structures form when groups of people start creating realities together. Those structures can become living and start influencing us. So I'm teaching you to move beyond that. And so I want us to choose and share group experiences with people that are aligned with us so that we can co-create realities together more effectively. We can change the world by doing that. At the same time, within that vibration, you can still individually create your reality and it will still link up. But there are levels to your reality creation. When you wanting to change the world around you, beyond just your own personal life, those shared experiences become more tangible and powerful. That's why I'm holding a retreat this coming this Friday in Maine. I'm so excited. We sold it out right away. I'm so excited to meet everybody. And then we have a live event in Los Angeles. We're going to start putting on live events on a regular basis. I want to go out there. I want to meet everybody around the world and meet you and share my morphic field with you, because I do believe as a group that we are way more effective in creating larger realities and having a greater impact on our own lives, and we can solve greater problems when we do that. That's what's happening for a lot of people out there, is they're staying alone, they're withdrawing, they're hiding in their bedrooms or hiding in their offices, and they're saying, I'm afraid of the real world. I don't want to interact with anybody. I don't trust anybody. Everybody acts so weird. They try to they date on dating apps, and they only meet people individually but never in larger groups. And so I'm trying to facilitate a shift in order for us to do that. So once again, if you want to participate, that we're almost sold out, but I'm so excited. It's coming together so magnificently. You can buy the tickets at www.brianscotlive.com/event-November. Also, my art will be available. I'll have signed books available, and we're going to have additional announcements, and everybody can meet each other and network with each other and talk to each other as your perfect higher future selves. And I believe that we're going to start something so amazing. It will be the reality revolution. We are just getting started. Let's see. What did I miss? All right. Joey's Magic Tarot. I seem still to be struggling with getting clients and my social media taking off. I'm doing everything. I feel intuitive, led to do, but not with results. I'm so scared to even say that's negative. Hey, Joey, thank you for sharing that with me. All right. Remember, when we're talking about social media or a business goal, go back to my episode, 6 Things to Manifest Anything. And so everything has a component, and there's always a solution. There's some way for you to work it out. The first step is clarity. When you say social media presence, what do you imagine? You want to have 1 million followers? Then make that your goal. Make it a clear goal. See it as a vision. Don't try to feel that anything is possible. Give yourself a clear vision. Look at other social media accounts where people have achieved that, and start seeing what their strategies and patterns are. The second step, first is seek clarity. The second step is to generate energy. So the second step means that your energy is not drinking coffee. It's placing your attention on social media. So that means that you're going to go through a period of time, you're going to be researching everything that you possibly can about social media, looking at other successful people on social media, also reading books, seeing other teachers, learning everything that you can. Whenever you put your attention on something, you will become, ask AI about it, ask your friends about it. You will start to see other ways that you can improve your social media environment. Then the third step is raise the necessity. You improving your social media can't be in the back of your mind as, oh, that would be nice someday. It has to be, this is necessary for me. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to figure this out. Raise the necessity. The fourth step is to increase productivity. That means that you're actually putting social media out on a regular basis in the way that you've started to figure out. Not just thinking about it or doing it, but doing the thing that you think you should do, taking action towards it. The fifth step is to develop influence. Start contacting other people that are in social media or around you that are in your field and see how they do it. See if you can start working with other people. If you can go on podcasts, write books, find other ways to influence and talk with people, it will help you immensely on your path towards that, because you can start gaining knowledge, information, and access to other audiences. And then the sixth step is to demonstrate courage. At some point, if you really want to take it to the next level for what you're doing, you need to put yourself out there. Take that foot forward and say, I'm going to do this. And if you have any fear, just remember, Brian told you, right now, I'm going to demonstrate courage. And that's where you're going to be at. Let me see. Dances on Wave says, my husband was a master astrologer. My perspective is it's just about energy and choices. It's a permission slip to understand potentials of energy paths. We create community like tuning forks. I agree with that. That's a great way to put it. If you look at it as a way of, exactly what you said, to understand potentials, then I think it's perfect. Let's see. Crystal says, how to deal with the silence between my new life and new life. I know I'm already shifting in my new life, but not just there yet. Trying to stay positive without getting discouraged. Just type in the word gap on Brian Scott, and I have some episodes of going through the gap. The gap is where we find ourselves at most of the time. The place where we are now and the place where we want to be, between that place is the gap. The gap can lead to silence. It can lead to struggles. It can lead to doubts. The gap is where the manifestation occurs. The big mistake people make is they hit it. They have the perfect visualization. They get the forces of the universe working, but they don't come through and manifest, because in the gap period, they let the freight train of their old reality take over. They let their inner subconscious push it away. They fall trapped to habits or patterns that work against them. So within that period of time, you must trust, have faith, and know that it is done. That's what we have been guided to do from the times of writing the Bible and before. Just know that it is done, and then act in that reality, keeping looking for those opportunities that will allow it to happen. Opportunities will come your way to speed up the process. And so we're magnetizing those opportunities, and they will come to you. E.B. Mackey says, let's see here. E.B. says, Brian, I have had a sudden severe ankle injury last week. I'm working on healing and heart coherence this week, and I suddenly realized a physical anxiety and fear in my root chakra. Just go within when you have pains, and if you think that they're spiritually related, then say, why do I have this? Listen to your inner voice and try to see what that is. Or if it hurts, then go to the doctor and get your ankle healed. Maybe it's something else. It could be one of those things. Let's see what else we got here. Nicole D says, as an astrologer, I see it as our code. Once we become conscious of who we are, we can change the code. You said it better than me, Nicole. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm not criticizing astrology. I'm just saying that we can actually move beyond it. And it doesn't matter what the forces of the universe are telling us or influencing us. There's always the chance that we can create that reality. And that's exactly it. If you can come at it and understand that there's a code involved, then that's great. Benny says, I need to break the cycle of procrastination. People might be surprised by this because of how much volume of content that I've created, the books that I've written, But hey, I suffer from procrastination just like the next person. This is a universal condition, I believe. It's natural for us to procrastinate, to wait until the last minute. Sometimes there's genius in that. Sometimes my procrastination leads me to the solution. And then in some cases, I could easily get done with what I'm trying to do so much earlier instead of just sitting and like procrastinating and doing it. And so, I think there's a happy balance where you can find where you're following your own path and doing it. And then what you want to do is just write it down, think about it, observe what you're doing. And if there's things that you can do to change your procrastination, it's a psychological condition that is telling you that I don't want to do this. When you're procrastinating, that means there's an inner struggle that's going on between who you are and who you want to be. And you can do it, but because there's some sort of resistance or pain in actually doing it, you resist it. So you know what? One of the best one of the best books, and I'm probably going to give the title wrong, that I've read is Eat the Frog. The idea is the first thing that you do in the day is you eat the frog. You do the hard thing. So if you wake up and do the hard thing first, the thing that's uncomfortable, like eating the frog, is what that book is about, or others, then you will find that you get a lot of the other stuff done first. If there's something that you're struggling with that you don't want to do that causes you to procrastinate, then do that thing first, get it over with, plan on focusing on that. And once that's done, if you make that your goal on a regular basis, you can overcome the procrastination. But find your purpose, find your reason for doing that thing. And if you're driven by it, make it necessary. If you're driven by that purpose, it will push you to do the things that you want to do in a way that makes it more convenient and you don't procrastinate. That's what I would say. That's what I've experienced with my own life. Let me see what else we got. Yes, imagine, Annie says, imagine all at the LA together. It's going to be great. I can't wait for it to experience it. Um, what any other questions that we have? Let's see. Jem White says, I got bullied online in the past. How can I get past the fear of getting bullied again? So if you've gotten bullied online, that's somebody that's actually doesn't even know you, that has never seen you or actually talked to you in person, and it has nothing to do with you. If you get bullied online by some rando, then you ignore it. If it's somebody that you know that bullied you online, then they were never your friends or never important to you anyway. And so it doesn't matter what anybody else has ever said to you online. It never mattered. All you have to do is just ignore them. Usually, 99% of the time, that person is struggling themselves with something in their own life. And they're bullying because they're covering up for that inner inadequacy, their lack of self-esteem in themselves. Most bullies hate themselves. Most bullies lack self-esteem, and the only reason that they are bullies is covering up for something that they're missing inside. And so when somebody bullies me or somebody bullies you, what I say is, let's feel sorry for that person. That person's struggling. That person is struggling. They're in a tough place. They've been bullied in the past, and sometimes they go online, and it's good for them to bully because they felt bullied in the past or some other reason. And so, I just feel, I put my heart out there, and I wish them the very best, because that person that's bullying you is you. It shouldn't ever create any fear, because it's not predictive. If you've been bullied in the past, it doesn't mean you'll be bullied in the future. And you being there can be supportive for other people that get bullied, because you can stand up for them. You can say, hey, this is wrong. You can be there for other people and recognize that for other people. And then, I think that you'll come out better if you do that. That Kelly girl says, can I make an 8D audio meditation? I will consider doing that for sure. Let's see what else we got. Jaspreet says, one of my best friends tried to blackmail me when we got a little bit angry at each other. I felt bad. How do we know what to do? The question is, are you still their friend? And if they would be willing to blackmail you, they're not your friend. Or did what you do, was it so bad that it justified that blackmail? Look at it. Ask yourself some questions about it in the silence. See what comes up. And if you need to apologize them, then do that. All right. And if they're coming from a place, well, then you need to avoid them and then accept what happens with it, because you can still change it. And the worst thing is to get is more angry with the situation, because it will give them the incentive to do that. Withdraw from them, stay away from them, ignore them, make it so that there's nothing that you can do, and you'll figure it out. Follow your own intuition on it. Let's see here. Karina Capucci says, Brian, out of all the meditation you've made, which one is your all-time favorite? So, Karina, that's like asking me which child that I love the most. And I couldn't tell you that, because every one of those meditations was me trying to put together my greatest meditation ever in that moment. And so each one is designed for a perfect moment for someone out there. And it depends on what you want, because I'm really super proud of the Starship Infinity meditation that I created with Brian Larson. And in that case, I created a meditation, and then Brian went back and actively created the song around the meditation. And so that one, I always wish more people had got a chance to experience that one. I've also really loved shifting into vibrational timelines. That particular one has some of the best music, and I really, when I listen to that, I get into it. I love my morning something wonderful is happening now morning meditation. That's always just been so perfect, to sit out in the sun for 23 minutes and just follow that whole process. It's got priming in it. It's got something wonderful is now affirmation, and man, oh man, it just gets your day started. I love that one. And I love my bliss body meditations for healing. I've had a number of times where I felt sick or something was going on. I would listen to my own meditation. I would come away healed. And I've had so many people that came to me, and I really love my large sums of money meditations. Those have changed my life and so many people that I'm super proud of them. All the large sums of money meditations that I've designed, the sleep meditation, all of those, they've created a song that I sing within my heart that I see becoming real every moment of my life. And so many other people have come to me saying, this changed my life, that I'm super excited every time I do that meditation. Hopefully that answers your question, Karina. Thank you for asking. Jem White says, I like the emergency reality shift correction meditation. I love that one too. And we all have moments where we feel like we need to immediately shift our reality, and that's why I created that meditation. Let's see what else. Annie says, do I listen to my own sleep meditations? Yes, I do. Listen to my own sleep meditations. I am constantly, all the meditations that you've heard, I've tested out at least once before releasing them, so that it doesn't have too many loud noises, and then it pulls me into the right state. So what I'm doing with the sleep meditations is constantly experimenting with them, trying to make them better. And so, that's the only way that I can do a sleep meditation, is because I love doing sleep meditations. I'm designing sleep meditations for myself when I'm doing them. I'm like, I really want a sleep meditation that does this, and then I'll try it. And that's also what I'm trying to do with my meditations. The only way I can make them better is to experience them in the moment instead of thinking about them conceptually. Quantum Dynamic 8 asks, how to maintain a happy life, life in a relationship when you're both conscious creators. That question seems to presuppose that you can't have a happy life if you're both conscious creators. That's not true. Two people are always better than one, and you can come together. You can always, if you're both conscious creators, create something together. So find your commonalities, work together, imagine and create a life that's amazing together. It's always easier and better to consciously co-create. Lulu asks, let's see. Happy says, are you going to have a workshop on the East Coast as well? I have my retreat coming up in Maine. So the first one I did was going to be on the East Coast, and we will do another one soon. My question to everybody is, where should we do the next event on the East Coast? New York? Should it be in Miami? Should it be in North Carolina? Should it be in Pittsburgh? I mean, you name it. There's all these amazing locations. We were thinking possibly New York, but Florida might be great. I'd love to know where the best would be. MW is here. Can one still benefit when only half of the sleep meditation is heard? Yes. The sleep meditation, if you only do an hour of it, it will be effective. I have a lot of people that love to just do the sleep meditation and then they usually wake up at some point and then just stop it, because it puts you in that right state so that you can continue dreaming about what's in the sleep meditation. Each of them is designed essentially for the first 30 minutes to an hour. And if you can just do that, in fact, all of my meditations are designed as sleep meditations. For instance, the meditation we did today, or any of my affirmation episodes, you can listen to those short meditations and go into your sleep meditation, and it's just as effective. Everyone's a little bit different, and you can use all of mine. Usually at the guided meditations, I might have a portion at the end that says, go out and have a great day, taking them out of the meditation. You can ignore that and allow that yourself to stay in your state of sleep and go on with the meditation. So I recommend doing or trying any of the meditations I've done as a sleep meditation. In fact, I recommend you can listen to any of my episodes in form of a sleep meditation as you go to sleep. A lot of people have told me that's how they access the reality revolution. It's just something they listen to as they go to sleep. So the activations, all my teachings, the affirmations, all of them can be done in sleep. But yes, the 8 hours you can do that. See. Lucas, Europe would be great. So we want to do a live event. I think next we'll probably do one in the UK. I was thinking in central London, like at the Savoy. If anybody has recommendations in anywhere in Europe to do a retreat, if you own a retreat center or have connections with somebody that does a retreat or hotel, tell me the best place. That's where we're thinking right now. We're definitely going to do one in Europe and multiple ones in Europe. In fact, I want to do a European tour. So week by week, we'll just travel through all of Europe and I'll do events. And then everybody could travel together and we could just have just the most fantastic time. Jem White says, does the sleep meditation help with nightmares? I believe it does. I believe that it's a way of guiding your subconscious in your sleep state, into realigning your belief system and moving and guiding you to lucid dreaming states that avoid having nightmares. Sherry said the tsunami activation was the very best. I'm proud of that one too. That one is awesome. I'll try to do more like that. Lead by example. If you're not sleeping as well as usual, then if it's related to the sleep meditations, then don't try them. If everybody's different, some people are sensitive to sleep meditations. Alex says, I remembered 5 years ago, I used to lay in bed listening to my meditations and or binaural beats, and one night they had a lucid dream. When Alex says when he was flying above the clouds, I love that experience. I love it when that happens. Let's see. Ms. Really says, do you have any recommendations of your meditations for helping me feel more empowered as a creator and not like life is happening to me? You can try my courageous confidence meditation. But all of my meditations are designed to make you feel more empowered. So any one of these, especially the meditation today, that magnetizes your opportunities, that will empower you to start seeing and recognizing the opportunities around you. All right, Dylan, I'm putting Florida down. We're going to maybe we need to do one in NYC and in Florida. We're doing the whole world, Annie, that's for sure. And I'd love it if you guys come with me and support me. What I'm going to start doing on these events is I'm going to certify that those people that attend my events become certified so they can take my teachings and my process and my meditational techniques, and they can go out and actively use these to help other people and even put on their own events. I want what I'm teaching in these events to spread like a virus through the whole world, so everybody is starting to shift into the best version of themselves. Let's see. Any other questions? Kimber says plans on coming to Canada. It's on the list. The question is, where's the best place to go in Canada? Is it Toronto? We're still deciding that. We're going to figure it out one step at a time. Let's see here. I'm not seeing too many other questions. So I just wanted to thank everybody. It's a beautiful Saturday. Get outside, enjoy the sun. I hope you guys are having the most incredible day. As always, I'm honored that you share this time with me and this space. Thank you for supporting the channel. I love you guys all so much. What I to summarize what we've been talking about. Yes, Jeff, we're definitely going to do the retreats. Cape Town, South Africa sounds good. We could do that. Love you guys too. So I just want just to thank everybody and keep an eye out for. I got some amazing episodes this week, this month, this year. We got some amazing events that we're doing. We're going to have the group that people can participate in. I just want to make sure to keep an eye out. That's going to be available for everybody. I'm sending all my love out. And to summarize once again, I want you to start seeing those opportunities around you. We've activated a field. If you've done the opportunity meditation, we've activated a field around you. You're going to start having opportunities come into your presence. These opportunities will make you wealthy. They'll make you happy. They'll make you joyous. They will bring success into your life. And I want you to recognize them, see them, seize them, grasp them. If you see other people's problems, look at them as opportunities. If you have wonderful musings or imaginings or creations coming to you, create it, do it. Now's your opportunity. You are going to walk into the following 12 months as the best time of your life. You're going to change the world. And I want to help support you in doing that. I believe in you. I don't care what's happened in your past. I don't care where you live or what your family situation is. You are destined for greatness. You are destined for success. I want to see you. So yes, Rhonda, I would love to go to Australia. We're going to start testing the waters. That it's on the list. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you all soon. And as always, welcome to the Reality Revolution.